Alright, gang. Alright, gang. Another day, another dollar. Well, I'm not making any money. Maybe one day, gang. Maybe one day. All I'm doing right now is low-key studying for research methods and shit. You know how it is. Um, yeah. Before we start, it is almost 9 a.m. Gonna be studying for 3 hours right now. Cause I cause I some music playing. Oh, y'all were hearing me. My fault, gang. But anyways, I'm gonna be studying research methods. It's gonna be some loud ass typing that everyone's gonna hear. Everyone might get pissed off at, but like, why are you even watching this stream? Let's be real. I had a pretty good morning. Very good morning, actually. Woke up at 7. I went bouldering with one of my buddies yesterday, and low key, it was so butt full, bro. Could not do a single climb, to be honest, right? But then I got home. I was so exhausted. I was gonna stream, like, I was gonna study for 2 more hours, but it was honestly so freaking dead. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna tap out of this, bro. So I low key freaking fell asleep as soon as I got home. And bruh, I was so dead. Then I woke up this morning and I was like, I felt like a new man. Nah, it's a lie. I did not feel like a new man. I just felt like a tired man. But I got out. Because who's going to study for us? Let's be real. No one, bro. It's only us, bro. Only we're going to study. We're the only ones that can study. And we're the only ones that can get the job done. Using Obsidian. It's a Excalibur plugin or something, bro. I don't fucking know. Well, I do know because I just said it. Point being, let's freaking do this, gang. Oh my god, bro. I gotta check my emails though first. Can we talk about bell pepper prices? Like, has anyone else been dealing with that, or is that just me? Like, I low key feel like I'm being scammed. I was I was in my store, my local grocery store, bro. Dude, why the hell am I paying like so much freaking money for a damn bell pepper, bro? I paid wait, I gotta I paid around like 75 cents for a bell pepper, right? And that might not seem like a lot, but that shit used to be 55 cents, right? I used to pay 55 for a bell pepper. What happened to that bell pepper, bro? Like, maybe it's because of the seasons. I mean, it's definitely because the seasons changed, right? It's, that's just what you're gonna get when you're in winter. Tough times never last. Only tough people last, or whatever Sun Tzu said. All right. Let's see. Oh my god. It's right. I was just befuddled by that fact. Okay, 20 cents in 2 months it rose, but everything's rising in prices here, and I don't know if that's normal for y'all, but sure as hell ain't normal for me, bro. I'm not used to paying so much goddamn motherfucking money for a damn bell pepper, bro. I love bell pepper. Like, bro, imagine if your favorite, like, cake and whatnot just, like, low-key fucking became so freaking expensive that you couldn't eat anymore, right? It was you paying way too much for it. Way too much for it. So, yeah. Put my phone behind me. Because we don't need that shit. Put some lo-fi music. This is why my hair looks like this. It's not because I know y'all know that when I take a big fat nap, my hair looks fucked up. But this was on purpose. Because, like, low-key, gotta go to the government today, renew my passport so that they don't deport me. Skin's white, but whoa, is that a racist thing? I was gonna say, like, no matter what color, nationality you are, you gotta stay up with your government thingy. So if you're doing something with the government, you gotta low-key keep up with that. The government cares about, depends what government you're actually part of. In Europe, they care about us. Most of our governments care about us. Anyways, let's do this. I'm gonna start reading and listening to a video. Oh my god, that's loud. That is so loud. Let me turn on some lo-fi beats for y'all. So you're not like low-key freaking getting demolished by what I'm listening to. Alright. Oh wait, that's important. Hold on. Pleasure center localized in the medial forebrain bundle. Connects dopaminergic neurons and ventral tegmental areas with neurons and nucleus chambers. Okay. Because we can just copy this image and just say this is the pleasure center. Oh wait, we're not doing biology. Oh wait, no, actually, let's finish off biology here, because we're almost done with the lecture. The whole country's under a freaking shutdown because low-key, it snowed for once in a million years here, and everyone's like actually fucking going crazy. I'm just gonna pull out a little arrow here and just say, right, connects dopaminergic pleasure center localized in medial forebrain. They use dopaminergic reward system I literally gotta fucking fix my damn hair, bro. Fuck, bro, I can't see shit. This is why I wear a hat, gang. Yo, wait, actually, have a really nice cap over here. It's got a bit of chalk on it, but it's nice. Oh, it's way better. Oh, that's so much better. I feel like an uncle now. I low-key woke up today and I saw some like furry shit on my YouTube page for once in a billion years. And I was like, dang. Let me take a look at this actually. Like, dang. Right? And bro. It was these two furries low-key freaking cuddling each other up. And I was just thinking to myself like, dang. I ain't ever gonna have that, gang. Bro. I low-key thought German Boy was the one. I thought German Boy was like the last fucker I'd have to deal with. Then he disappeared, bro. I low-key still think about him from time to time. But not in like, oh, I miss him, I want to love him. But I'm like kind of concerned because like he low-key kind of just disappeared off the face of the earth. Like what happened to little bro, right? Is he alright? Oh my god. Oh, I love water. I'm just so white. I love water. I love things that are bland. Alright, let me keep at it.
And they can activate nucleus accumbens neurons, which are also dopaminergic, and they can activate the frontal lobes. And it appears that if that system is activated, it gives you a good feeling. So it's a pleasure center in our brain, let's say. That's a very important discovery, because it's very strongly related also to instrumental conditions. It appears that if that system is activated, it gives you a good feeling. So it's a pleasure center in our brain, let's say. That's a very importantly reward and make you feel. Let's do some there familiar reward foundational learning.
The reason I was talking about bell peppers before is because my favorite snack is bell peppers, because this is what I like to do. I don't know anyone who does this as well, but oh my god, it's a bit of work in progress that you have to do.
So this is more learning that we are not really aware of. This is learning that we are really aware of in different forms: episodic, relation time, semantic, concept, relation, space, navigation. So for that we have a serial memory model. So a general concept of memory storage is of course consolidation, that networks are consolidated, become fixed in your brain. And so every event, so I'm seeing a stimulus, for example.
Like, basically, what you do is like you kind of take off all the meat off of it and bite it off. Maybe that was just me. I think it's been established that I'm a fucking weirdo, right? And I'm not really ashamed of it, bro. People are not weird enough in today's world. Everyone's way too normal. That's what I always say. Anyways.
Induces a neural consolidate. So for that we have a serial memory model. So a general concept of memory storage is of course consolidation, that networks are consolidated, become fixed in your brain. And so every event, so I'm seeing a stimulus, for example, induces a neural activity pattern. In this case then, an activity pattern in the visual cortex. While learning is nothing more than strengthening the connections between the neurons involved in this network. And for that, also the hippocampus is very important. And so the hippocampus helps with strengthening the connections between those neurons relevant for, in this case, seeing an apple. That's very importantly to remind is that changes in synaptic connections, long-term potentiation is learning, is memory. Yeah, so what is the serial memory model? Well, firstly, of course, we have an input. We see something, we hear something, we smell something, etc. There's something in our environment that we sense, for example, by our eyes or by our ears. And then what happens is firstly that sensory memory becomes active. And so what you see or what you hear kind of remains glowing in your mind for a while. And that while is very short, so just a few seconds, the percept is glowing in your visual cortex, for example, or in your auditory cortex in case of you hear something. Yeah, so for sensory memory in the visual domain, we talk about iconic memory. In the auditory domain, we talk about echoic sensory memory. So it's very short lasting, but it has a large capacity. So everything you see at some moment remains glowing for a while in your visual cortex, but very short, in a few seconds. After that, the event can be transferred to your working memory, either passively, so it's just kept there, but also actively, so you can also do something with the information. But passively may also mean just repeating what you see or what you heard a few times to keep it in your working memory. But active may be doing something with the information. So let's say I would say my telephone number now, so 020-598-2534. So then it first comes in your ears, and then it keeps glowing for a while in your sensory memory. But now, as I'm talking now, it's probably, if you want to remember my telephone number, then it's now in your working memory. So and what you can do then to keep it there is to repeat it. So 020-598-2534, 020-598-2534. Then you are passively sort of holding the memory. But you can also think, well, 020 is Amsterdam, so I connect 020 to make it Amsterdam. Then you are actively processing the information. And 598 is fused. So you can do some process on the information, and that is then active. And all that active processing and passive processing, also repetition, helps to finally encode the memory into your brain, such that it stays there for a longer time. And in case of my telephone number, then it's decorative memory, because you are aware of it then, and you can use the information. And with other types of learning, like motor, also repetition, helps to finally encode the memory into your brain, such that it stays there for a longer time. And in case of my telephone number, then it's decorative memory, because you are aware of it then, and you can use the information. And other types of learning, like motor learning, or learning associations that you're not really aware of, that's then.
I feel like in psychology, things are kind of obvious if you think about it. But a lot of psychology for the past like few decades has literally just been like pointing shit out and being like, dang, that's a concept that we could write about. Serial learning. We're just gonna write the process converting external stimulus neurological So there's 4 steps to this. Alright. That's step 1. Stimulus. Hearing. See. Hearing. Seeing. need to be that wide. Holy butt cheeks. You know what I'm gonna do? It's gonna be better if we just have it like be hearing external stimulus like this. Make it as compact as possible. Okay. And then we'll just have a little line going. Hearing, seeing, touching. And we have it go, and it turns into neurological signals. So it's either echoic or what type of memory is touch? We have echoic, ionic, iconic, haptic. Oh wait, no, we should. Oops. Turning, processing. Processing. Stimulus. Yes, then we have processing. Stimulus like this. Holy moly. There we go. And then we practice this stimulus in our heads, basically, which gets turned into working memory. Three. I should do this later. Information is practiced, used. Oops. Stimulus is practiced, used. And then we get long-term memory. Stimulus enters stimulus is converted to memory. It's neural and its synaptic connections this is basically the serial model for memory. Yes. It's pretty straightforward, I'd say, to be honest. It's just, again, you notice and see something, right? You point it out. I'm just talking about how working memory is in this case, not psychology in general, because I mean psychology is like that, but right now I'm talking about how serial memory, how the serial model works. Serial memory. Because that is how it works basically. It's not serial learning, is it? No, just the serial. But I think we should actually position it a bit differently. Whoops. Let me get rid of all these arrows. So, external stimulus enters, processing, working memory. We have long-term memory. Let me equalize their. Can we space them out evenly? That'd be pretty cool. Oh! Oh! You can do that! Oh my god, that's so cool. I did not know that. All right, let's go.
But let's stick to decorative memory. So at some point, you may have.
Oh yeah, I'll try it. Mmm. Oops, implicate. That's right, we almost forgot. So, simply put, memory, which is, oh wait, memory and learning, which occurs automatically, is not noticed, and cannot be conscious motor memory learning how to use a bike. Dude, there's some people that don't know how to ride a bike. That's crazy. I'm so grateful I can ride a bike. I feel like that's one of the things that you just gotta know. You gotta know how to ride a bike. Wait, did I describe the right concept? Yes, I did. Because, like, you gotta know some of these things. You gotta know how to bike, and you gotta know how to swim. Are we gonna know how to bike or swim? What are you doing, bro? You like high key gotta lock in, I think. Right? But maybe I'm just being like a bitch. But I am that bitch, and don't you forget it. Alright. Alright. Oh my god. Memory and learning is consciously created and can be Wait, this is also connected to effortful effort. This is also connected to. Wait, is it called effortful learning? No, it's not. Effort. Processing. Effortful processing. Oh my god, right? Right? Learning and recording information that requires. Yes. Oh my god, bro. Yes, memory and learning, which is conscious, which requires attention. Can be retrieved on command. This is such as studying mathematics and being able to retrieve the information about the formula or being able to recall a direct event. This is also connected to effortful processing, which requires direct attention, difficult stimulus. So like if you're kind of bad at math, but you're really trying to study it, you're most likely gonna want to use, or you are using, effortful processing, because you look need to like focus on that, because if you don't, you're kind of cooked. All right.
Stored by telephone number, and then if you bring it back to your working memory, to be able to dial my number, basically.
Oh, could go. All right. That's an important detail I should mention as well. Alright. Whoops. Okay, what am I? Let's get rid of that. Memory can be retrieved, then used in memory to Why do I use maths as a really big example? Because you gotta use things to. I feel that. Okay, I mean, this is most definitely true, but when you're trying to remember a concept, it's always better to use something that you like. That's why I always use food, especially vegetables, and mathematics as a as sort of an anchor. Because I like maths. I like solving problems. They're kind of fun. Why did you do a maths major? Because, bro, I like doing math, bro. I ain't that smart, gang. Alright, let's be real.
So that's basically the concept of serial memory model. But I will go through these steps now one by
Is coded. Oh, did I just kill myself there? Did I just end my own career there? Hold up. I'm gonna quickly change my background. That's kind of bad. And that. But your rules. Yo. I'm gonna set a different background right now for my other stream because I might have just like flashbanged. I flashbanged no one because no one was watching it, but I could have my background set something pretty bad. Oops. Oh, it's all going to shit. And I mean it out of there. Sorry guys. Sorry you had to see that. I have a Twitch and whatnot. It's called like egg_son games or something. It's pretty dumb. Well, literally all you get is like a couple more gifts. A discussion on if femboys are valid or not. Personally, I do not think. Do I support femboy rights? I do. I do. I think femboys are a very important part of our economy nowadays. Which, I mean, kind of sad to think about that. But, whoops. Dude, what is this? Right, sorry, guys. But, like, honestly, is it not crazy to think how there's whole businesses that are catered to converting female clothing into clothes out men? I think that's crazy. I think that's not like crazy in a bad way, but like crazy good, because like people can actually express themselves, which I think is very important, to be honest. You could, if you're not allowed to express yourself, that's honestly a bad society. Terrible society. Anyways, let's continue studying.
By one. Well, not exactly all steps, but this is obvious, your senses. You hear something, you see something, etc. But then at some point, the information keeps glowing for a while in your system, in your perceptual system, in your visual system, or in your auditory system. So it's a short trace of the objects or sounds that you see or hear.
Sense.
Smell or whatever. Yeah, so, but it actually has quite a large capacity, and you can see that, for example, in tasks like this, in the partial report task. So if you have an array of letters like this, and you flash it shortly to a subject, for let's say 50 milliseconds, very shortly, and then you are able to report what you have seen. So the information is then kind of glowing in your head, and you start naming M, N, X, L. But at the time you will come here, then the glowing is gone, and you are not, the information is gone, and you are not able to say R, T, J, S. It has high capacity, but it's very short-lived. But what you can do is that immediately after you flash the array, you give a cue. So you say, okay, report back the first row, report back the second row, report back the third row. And if you give the cue fast enough, then you are all, and if the cue would be here, for example, you would also be able to say R, T, J, S. So it's an indication that at some point you have all the information, but you really need to be quick at the information to be able to retrieve it. And so information of the partial report task, and that you are actually able to retrieve all the information if you give a cue right away, indicates that it's short-lasting but high capacity. Okay, the second step would then be working memory, and for that, a model proposed by Bedley and Hitch is very influential. It says that we have a number of slave systems to hold information. One of those is the visual spatial.
What an unfortunate name for a memory. I always, the first time I heard this, I thought Hoover, bro. White guy came up with this name, by the way. It is called the slave memory system. I just spat my whole bell pepper at my screen. Who says that's a good fucking name, bro? Oh my god, bro. I guess, gang. I guess. But that is very unfortunate. You're gonna have to become a thingy that we add. Oh, I'm sorry. Psychology has so many unfortunate names. I think that's probably why a lot of other sciences don't consider us a science. Really cannot blame them. If I was in physics and they said some wacky shit like that, I'd be like, bro, we dead ass right now. Alright, looks seamless. Slave system.
Sketchpad to hold visual information. It says that we have a number of slave systems to hold information. One of those is the visual spatial sketchpad to hold visual information. So let's see, you have seen the Golden Gate Bridge.
Oh. Okay, I remember this. Yeah, you have the what's it called? You have the verbal rehearsal. You have the phonological loop. So video sketchpad, visual memory slash image in your mind. Alright. Logical loop. Repetition of words and sounds in mind.
So you want to hold it in your working memory, you use your visual spatial sketchpad. And the brain regions involved are actually the brain regions that are important for vision. So your primary visual cortex or visual association cortex. Also, you have a slave system for auditory information.
I'm sorry, bro. I can't. These are the free slave systems. I'm sorry, these are the two slave systems, and this is the master of the
language information, verbal rehearsal, phonological store. And that slave system you use, for example, to keep my telephone number in your work. And that is then more supported by language areas in your left hand. In addition to those slave systems, we have a central executive, that's then more the frontal lobe, that can control the information of the slave systems. Such that, for example, so the person may have heard that I have been in San Francisco and I have seen the Golden Gate Bridge, and that person then would ask me, what is the color of that bridge? Well, what do I do then? Well, I set my central executive network, my frontal lobe, and my frontal lobe will bring up the pictures from the visual space, from the visual spatial sketchpad.
Responsible in bringing up the details and information directly from the visual memory
the central executive will focus the attention on the picture and on the color of the bridge. And then, by then, I find out if the color of the bridge was red, and I'm able to report to the person, yes, the color of the bridge was red. Yeah, so central executive that controls slave systems. And then, finally, if everything is stored, then we have
Oh, sorry, but this is connected to working memory. I forgot. That's right. Wait, I just gotta know, where was this guy from who came up with that name?
long-term executive control.
But Daddily and Hitch, that's Dutch. Yorkshire. He's British. That kind of checks out. Honestly, that kind of checks out. The Brits have done some of that naughty stuff from time to time. So, no. Oh shit. There's a person that's being bad. I'm gonna ban them. What does that mean? It's active. All chatters. I don't want any of those, like, it's honestly kind of disappointing that there's bots like that, but I also understand the appeal of it. Tickle that pickle out.
Slave systems. And then finally, if everything is stored, then we have long-term memory. And that can be non-declarative memory, implicit memory, memory that you are not aware of, memory that you cannot talk about because you are not aware of it. And that can be perceptual learning, that you're able to recognize something faster than you've seen it before, and that learning takes place unaware. Also procedural learning, some learning motor sequences to learn to play tennis, or after a day of training, to learn to ride a bike, etc. So you are not really aware of how you do that learning. Also conditioning, classical conditioning is also you're also unaware of that, so it proceeds automatically. And non-associative learning. So conditioning is learning associations between a bell and a food, two stimuli. Non-associative learning is learning from a single stimulus. Then maybe, for example, habituation. So if you hear a sound at some point, first of all, you may think, well, what's that? It's important. But if you hear the sound a few times more, you get used to it. And that's also learning. That's habituation.
Oh, okay. So procedural is. Yeah, how did he explain that?
Or after it's not aware of, it's placed unaware. Also procedural learning, some learning motor sequences to learn to play tennis.
Okay. Yeah. Learning motor sequences. Sorry. Oh my god. Bicycle. How to. Bicycle. How to. love that my country has clean water, dude. Having clean water is such a W. Like, it's so clean I can drink out of my tap. I know a lot of Americans can't do that. I was talking to an American online a couple days ago, and he was telling me about how freaking expensive water is, dude. Right? So I was scratching my leg. I pay around 25 bucks a month for water. That includes like using a fuck ton of water to shower, because I take long showers. Water for dishwasher, toilet, drinking water, as you can see. 25 bucks a month, right? This guy told me he was going out of his way to use the least amount of water as possible. So taking like really short ass showers, using less water, you know, trying to use very little water to wash dishes. And this guy was spending around or over $100 per month on water. Bro, United States is the richest country around the world, but it is the poorest country in its own like area, bro. Where is all y'all money going, bro? All that money is going into like fucking military and shit, bro. I feel like countries forget that they were formed to have societies and take care of them. Okay. Non-associative learning is a basic form of learning where an organism's response to a single stimulus changes over time due to repeated. Oh. Response to stimulus after repeated intense exposure to. This is when response to a I think it's sunny enough for me to turn off my light. Situation and sensitization. More perceptive. Single stimulus to sin. This can be anything. Like, for habituation, it could be things with pain. Like, the pain kind of becomes a bit less from time over time, because you just get used to it. That sounds wait, that's such a like that's such a fucking Sigma thing to say. Right, I gotta get like in the dark, like for real Sigmas, pain is only temporary. Because of habituation, you get used to the pain and it hurts less. But I feel like that's a really big thing. It is true. The feeling and the pain just dies down over time. Like that is just like with life. Oh my god. Oh, that's way better. Oops. Why the hell did my camera just die? That's weird. Let me try fixing that. By doing the old plug in and unplug method. Alright. What the hell is going on? Let me try fixing this real quick. There we go. I don't know what happened. That was very weird. Alright, I also have to fix it on my secondary thingy. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why that happened. Maybe my camera got like spooked or something. Oh. Hold up, gang. I feel like it is very true, though. It is very, very true. Wait, what? Oh, sorry, I gotta remove that one. Then I gotta add a new one. Yeah? That's weird. Gotta figure this out now. Activate. Because my video, that works. But there it doesn't. What the hell? Look, Kirklandly, what is happening? Oh, people are gonna have to deal with my shit now. That's tough. What if I unplug it and plug it back in again? Hold on. Is it broken again? Oh my god, bro. Please. Why is it doing this? I don't even know why it died there. It shouldn't have died at all. Wait, that's so weird. I can have myself on one stream, but not on two right now. You just low-key died like that. It's pretty goofy. Hold on. Oh my god, bro. Are we dead ass? Wait, let me stop streaming. Yeah, why isn't it working? Oh man. I guess no Twitch stream, gang. No Twitch stream. That's okay. Literally the only difference for Twitch is that I have just a few more gifts there. That's so weird though. I don't know why it died just all of a sudden as soon as I opened my window. Well, we still ball. We still got the YouTube stream up, so that's cool. Anyways, for experience and practice improve your ability to interpret sensory information. How it works. Initiate state. Wait, then how is it different from, like... Wait, then how is it different from just a regular old, like...
Hear something you had, and you will start naming it, is important, but if you hear this... and then finally, if everything is stored, then we have long-term memory. And that can be non-declarative memory, implicit memory, memory that you are not aware of, memory that you cannot talk about because you're not aware of it. And that can be perceptual learning, that you're able to recognize something faster if you've seen it before, and that learning takes place is unaware.
So this is, yeah, an intentional. This is being able to recognize something. This, and then sensitization would be response. So you'd have a quick response becoming more responsive. That's the key not differentiation, that's the key difference, I guess you could say. This music is reminding me of a game I used to play. What was that game? It was a pretty bad game. No, it was a hella good game. You just can't really talk about it. At least I don't think you can really talk about it on YouTube. Because it was, no, it wasn't even that bad. You can have it like on the regular mode. It's called Cloudy Meadows. Don't search it up, gang. Do not search it up, gang. Do not search up Cloudy. Is it called Cloudy? Cloudy Meadow. I don't know, Cloud Meadow. I'm glad no one does that because I'd low-key be fucked. I'd low-key be butt fucked, bro. Alright. We're almost done, bro.
Also procedural learning, so learning motor sequences to learn to play tennis after a day of training, to learn to ride a bike, etc.
Alright, we've only got like another 50 minutes of this lecture.
Non-associative learning is learning from a single stimulus. And that may be times more. You get things that you can talk about, also called relational learning. And that can be episodic.
Alright, but this is gonna be a long one. I just look at the slides. It's gonna be a fucking long one. Okay. What is this song? Dude, I'm listening to a song called Bless You by Ghost Mouse. Dude, what is this? I love it. It's like a gif of this like rat just like jumping and flying, bro. What is this, bro? Some music you get fucking zooted to. Alright. Explicit memory. Let's do this. Let's just move this up a bit. We have how many categories? 1, 2, 3 categories, seems like. We have episodic, semantic, and spatial. Let's put that down. Episodic. Using my working memory right now, gang. And we have spatial. Yo, you guys know how cooked I was in class? When I found out about this system, I was like, I was looking at a guy like use it. Oh my god, I was about to say play. He was using this. Episodic, semantic, and no. Episodic, semantic, and spatial. Yeah. See, I was not gonna go check because I have to actually remember these terms. No, he was using this system, and I was like, dang, this looks like such a fun thing to use. Like I was like in my game, I was legit. In my mind, I was thinking like this is like a game. Holy encoding. Oh. Holy speech error, bro. Holy speech error, gang. Holy fuck. Alright, bro. I'm gonna go take a piss, honestly. My pipi's definitely bigger than yours. No, I'm just kidding. Let's see. Who said that, bro? No one, bro. I honestly like these streams. It's kind of nice not having anyone watch these. Cause look, I could just say the most random bullshit and no one will know. No one will know. Who would know? No one would know, honestly. I love talking to myself. I find myself like such an interesting person to talk to.
On the other hand, we have decorative memories, explicit memories, memories that you can talk about, also called relational learning. And that can be episodic memories with real time tags. I got a car when I was 18, was had my birthday yesterday, etc. Semantic facts, concepts, a thing with 4 wheels that brings you from A to B is a car, Earth, sphere, etc. Also relations, but more conceptual. And really spatial relations, basic navigation. So it's all relations in time, conceptual relations, spatial relations, and it's also served by regions of the temporal lobe. So episodic memory is more on the medial side of the temporal lobes, more lateral semantic information. And a spatial region, especially of the right temporal lobe, the parahippocampus of the right temporal lobe is very much involved in spatial navigation.
I've already talked about. Did I not talk about spatial stuff? Okay, this might seem really random, but it makes sense, okay? So instrumental memory is basically reward and punishment memory, right? And you have positive and negative punishment, right? And Hassan's dog, like, Hassan and his dog fits perfectly into this, right? Because I'm not laughing at the dog. Bro, it's just, again, such an unfortunate image, bro. But anyways, Hassan's dog had positive punishment, which, but basically what it means, it doesn't mean like a good thing. Positive and negative means, like, positive means like you add a stimulus, and negative means you take away a stimulus, right? And so in this case, a negative stimulus, so punishment was added, so it was tased. Bro, tasing your dog in 2025? I thought we were so far past that. Like, I get it, I get like tasing your partner. Does tasing feel good? I'm getting a shock collar. E-collars versus shock collars. From what I've learned, they're technically the same thing, but depends on how you use it. The key is not kind of shock, it's training. You gotta teach your dog that the signal means that. For collars like this. My whole neighborhood's gonna see this. There's one for like $20. That is so sad. There's actually like, dang, bro, they make it seem like a good thing as well. They're like, shock your dog. Bro, look at one of these images. Wait, what? Feels like a legit a woman running with it. Bro, this is some dystopian ass bullshit, bro. Look at this. This is, bro. This is what Hassan saw, bro. Yo, this is so sad. I'm sorry. I have a dog in New York, right? At my mom's place. I taught her like how to do all of this stuff without having to, you know, shock her ever. I never bought a shock collar. Bro, look how fucked up this is. Go with your dog and taste the fuck out them whilst on the walk. Like, this is traumatizing. Oh, this is such an AI image, I think. Probably. No chasing, no chewing, no barking, no digging. I guess. I'm sorry, do not give. I don't care how secure that shit is. That shit is never gonna be. I don't think it's gonna. I'm never gonna trust it enough to do that. Alright. No, but we did discuss it over here. Relationships with time, which was episodic memory. So, yeah, we can put that here. Episodic memory. Memories of physical events that you were in, such as your physical events you were in, and being able to recall the date occurred. Alright, semantic. Facts which are learned with effortful processing. Alright. Knowledge that focus on understanding. Oh, yeah. Effortful processing. Memory of facts, 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 typical you utilizing. Is this Black Hole Sun acoustic version? Oh my god, bro. again. My whole sun, won't you come? Wash away the rain. My whole sun, won't you come? Won't you come? Won't you come? Spatial. To learn, store, and recall information about physical location. All right. Memory. Oh my god. Memory of physical spaces, locations. Maps.
But it's all right. The medial side of conceptual temporal lobes, more lateral semantic information, and a special region, especially
Okay, that's right. I need to also include what brain regions are. The temporal lobe. Lateral temporal. Oh my god. Is it?
trying to see a stimulus, but it's very is it important? But if you hear this but more oscillations, spatial relations, and it's also observed by regions of the temporal lobe. So it's all relations in time, conceptual relations, spatial relations, and it's also observed by regions of the temporal lobe. So episodic memory is more on the medial side of the temporal lobes, more lateral semantic information, and a special region, especially to the right.
Parahippocampus. Medial temporal lobe. Wait, that is more. Oh, temporal is more, yeah, semantic, because it can both use sound and visual. It's actually a pretty good image.
Temporal lobe, the body becomes on the right temporal lobe is very much involved.
Parahippocampus. Gyrus. Oh my god, sorry. Y'all know how I got into psychology. I took an AP psychology class. That's how I got into psychology, to be honest. I got a 4 in that exam, which is bullshit. I definitely got a 5, bro. But because it's an AP exam, they low-key nerf everyone if it's like too many people are succeeding.
Spatial navigation.
It's kind of ass.
All decorative memory is relational learning localized in the temporal lobes.
Oh, okay. Wait, is it localized? Or?
But it's all decorative memory, relational learning.
Whoa. I'm gonna increase that thing size because I feel like that is pretty important. Why am I clicking like that? it. There we go, I fixed it. Gotta give it like a little shove and stuff. It's pretty goofy. Alright. I'll make that pretty big. That's pretty important. All explosive memory and relational? No, what are you? Oh my god. And declarative. Learning is that's pretty good. Anyways.
Localized in the temporal lobes. So how do we know all this? How do we know which brain areas are involved? Well, a lot of that has come obviously from people that had brain damage and after that memory loss. So the idea is then that at some point a person has brain damage. So suppose that person competed in Wipeout and bumped his head, had brain damage. Then you get anterograde amnesia, that you cannot remember events that occur after the brain damage, cannot learn new information anymore. But you can also have a loss of old information that you had already stored. And that is then retrograde amnesia.
Alright, we gotta go to the left side now. Okay, wait, let me close and reopen Obsidian. Because it's low-key bugging out right now. There we go. I'm glad it automatically saves. I know some stupid programs don't save automatically, which I think is so stupid. It's so dumb, honestly. I'm so glad this is also free. Retro. Oh, you know, I should do, 'cause now we're discussing brain damage, right? Not really. Retrograde amnesia. Some of the cases of how we discovered these kind of amnesias and disorders are really saddening. Like for anterograde amnesia, I don't remember what it's for after right now. It's that was after we did a surgery on a guy, right? Yes, HM, anterograde amnesia. That one was really sad. They basically did a surgery to stop his seizures, right? But in the process of they did like manage to fix his seizures, and seizures didn't happen again. But they cut out an important area of which was responsible in like forming future memories for the hippocampus, right? Because the hippocampus is responsible in forming these new memories, right? But they cut out a specific area where it was important in forming these new memories. So in the moment of talking to him, because it's more because when you're actually in a conversation, you're doing something, you're using working memory, right? You don't really use you don't use long-term memory, right? And if you talk to this guy, you could talk to this guy for like 30 minutes, I think, for like hours, Okay, maybe not hours because you start to forget. But you could talk with this guy. And then if you'd leave the room and come back in, he would not know who you were. Because he could, because he has anterograde amnesia, and they cut out the area that's responsible for forming new memories. He could not form a memory about you. Like you just disappear. You'd disappear from his head. You'd be gone. Alright. Let's see. So, retrograde amnesia refers to the inability to remember past events after receiving a brain injury. I should low-key this like have a stream. Yeah, I'm actually out of stream idea. Discussing all the fuck up psychology and brain patients that helped us forming understanding of the brain. Because you have cases like HM, which is the guy that I just like talked about. The guy who could not remember jack fucking shit after. Dude, that's so mean, bro. Why am I being so mean to him? It's not his fault, bro. Yeah, the guy who's like unable to remember anything. I felt bad the most because he had a wife, I'm pretty sure. So he wasn't alone. Oh my god. That'd be so sad. That'd be low-key so fucking sad. Okay. Enter. It's not that. It's anterograde, right? And oh, it is anta. Grade amnesia refers to the inability to form new memories. Brain injury cases such as HM after brain surgery was completed. Okay, let's see.
But you can also have a loss of old information that you have already stored. And that is then retrograde amnesia. Well, anterograde amnesia with some retrograde amnesia was observed in patient HM. So we can now already call his name fully because he died in 2008. And we Gustav Morrison.
We couldn't call HM by his full name because he died because we had to wait until he died. Really? That's so fucked up. Henry Gustav Molaison. Operated in 1953, died in... Dude. How do you even live a life like that? Like you don't remember, you legit don't remember fucking anything. Are you even... You quite literally do not live in the moment. It's impossible for you to really live in the moment. Or to... No, actually no. You are constantly living in the past and only in the moment for a couple of minutes. Whilst the future for you literally cannot be formed. Like you can think of the future, but you're gonna forget it. You can't form new memories. You're kind of just stuck. You can't like new vocabulary. Bro, this guy probably did not know about memes. That's so fucked, bro. This guy did not know about memes. Like he probably saw a meme and he was like, yo, that's the funniest fucking shit ever. And then 5 minutes later, he'd forget about it entirely. Oh wait, that's actually, wait. At the same time, you'd be surprised. Wait, this guy was actually living the life. He could low-key rewatch his favorite movie as many times as he wanted, and he'd never get bored of it. I know exactly what I'm doing when I'm 80. Let's see. The fuck did my friend send me? Did he steal your phone, dude? Oh my god, a holy voice crack.
Where the medial temporal lobes were. For another very famous patient is Clive Waring. He had a viral infection that completely destroyed his left temporal lobe. So
Where his left temporal lobe. Dudes, you know what I'm gonna make tonight? Okay, I know it sounds gross as fuck, but tuna patties, yo. I add so much spices to them that they low-key taste so good if you dip them in enough fucking ketchup.
Only CSF now, only black, but also the right medial temporal lobe. So also lost his left and right medial temporal lobes. Had the same memory problems as patient HM. So each time he sees his wife, he says, "Oh, nice to see you again." I think you already saw the movie in Introduction to Psychology. Yeah, so these patients cannot learn new decorative memories anymore. While in general, their intelligence and their personality is intact. They have not become different persons. And also they can shortly keep memory, so they have an intact short-term memory. And in general, they have also quite intact retrograde long-term memory. So they can also remember things from the past. But the main problem is learning new things. It's damage. So patient HM has been tested a lot in memory tasks. And one of those is, for example, a perceptual priming task, where you need to identify what is on a picture, and the picture is then in different sets of degradation. So a very degraded picture or a very complete picture. Well, you can imagine that you make a lot of arrows here in this set to identify what is on the picture. So here you see the number of arrows for set 1 in patient HM when he did it for the first time. So set 2 is more complete. So there you have less arrows. Set 3 is even more complete, even less arrows. Set 4, almost no arrows anymore. Set 5, no arrows. So this is the initial test. But then also for patient HM apparently learning took place, because if he did the test 1 hour later, you see that he makes much less errors. So less errors in set 1, less errors in set 2.
That's crazy. What? So doesn't, oh my god. That's actually insane. So, but it does not affect priming. Yo. Effect on priming. Patient HM was tested. By the way, HM was such a fucking W Chad. Like, low-key, we should give him, like, the biggest honor for his grave. Because this guy was, like, he knew about the condition. Like, doctors explained to him, like, oh, we actually, like, fucked up your entire, like, brain and life. Would you still do experiments with us so we can, like, not repeat this? And he was low-key every time. He accepted every single experiment. And he participated in all of them. He was like, yeah, bro, I don't want this to happen to anyone else, so, like, let's do this. What a W, bro. What a Chad. He might... I don't know if he can't even... I don't think he even can have depression, I think. Because he'd literally forget the next day, probably, like, oh shit, this happened to me. It's pretty traumatic. Bro, that's crazy. Oh my god. Yeah, patient HM. Priming experiment and showed considerable images presented and where levels of distorted images were presented. The errors made was ordered. The first trial had many errors, and one then after a but after this priming images a 1 hour break was taken and HM showed significant improvement in record using the images showing that priming still can affect patients. Oh, dude. Let's see.
And even no more errors anymore for step 4. He also has implicit learning, perceptual learning. But if visual navigation, you can see that, for example, in neuroimaging experiments where you can have people navigate through a virtual environment while they are in an MRI scanner, and then
What plane is that? What plane is that? Wait. That is coronal plane. Yeah. So we're looking at that image from the coronal plane. I gotta remember how to differentiate these ones. So T, top, bottom. T could be like T for top and bottom. C for I've been sagittal. S for side to side. Yo! I'm actually so big brain in studying, bro. Holy fuck, I'm actually so big brain. S for side to side, C for confront forward, T for top and bottom. Yeah. I'm gonna low-key post that in my WhatsApp group. I don't know if anyone needs this, but I found this useful.
You really see the right parahippocampal region light up.
So that is the coronal. We're looking at the coronal angle right now.
Also very famous study in London taxi drivers. They are very proficient in navigation, and their right, especially their right parahippocampal region, is much enlarged compared to people who are not control, people who are not taxi drivers. There's all kinds of evidence that really that right parahippocampal region is important for navigation. Okay, finally I want to say something about, we've talked now a lot about storing of memory.
Alright, I'm gonna be back. I'm gonna go use the bathroom. Okay. What's this?
Now I would like to say something about clearing of memories, and that all has to do with reconsolidation.
Consolidation of memory. Alright, bro. fMRI during the navigation in virtual environment indicates the activation of hippocampus. Has also been found. Also been found to be larger in size
Stimulus, trying to perceive a stimulus, trying to perceive inpatient. Okay, finally I want to say something about, so we're talking now a lot about storing of memory. Now I would like to say something about clearing of memories, and that all has to do with reconsolidation of memories. So if we learn something new about an object or person, then we need to change or extend our memory. So let's say we have a girlfriend that normally looked like this, so we have a memory of that girlfriend like
girlfriend.
this. Actually, I made.
Who does my professor take me for, bro? I'm a femboy, loving and kissing. Alright, bro. Chill out. Chill out, bro. I gotta chill out, gang. I gotta chill out. Ooh. I'm a fanboy loving, dude railing. Just kidding. Just kidding, y'all. Just kidding. Sorry, I'm so tired. I'm not tired. I'm pretty energetic because I had my mom gave me this like crazy ass coffee. And it's so crazy good because it also has like a evaporated milk in it, like the perfect ratios of both. And it's so freaking good. So amazing, so beautiful. Consolidation of memory. quote. This is the image my professor is using to like.
But well, she had a complete makeover, and then of course.
If you had a girlfriend and she had a makeover. It's just not it. I'm sorry, girl. I love you, girl, but your hair doesn't work.
You need to be able to remember the person again, so you need to change your memory of that person. So what you do then is that you bring up the memory and then you start to modify it. So during reconsolidation, the whole memory is retrieved and adjusted. And it appears that during that period, when the memory is active, the memories are vulnerable and you are even able to clear them at that point.
Memories are adjusted. Memories are adjusted. Fit new standard. How do you say malleable? Is it malleable? Malleable? Really? That's how you spell it? Malleable to change. Okay.
As an intermezzo, clearing can be done by means of a kind of harsh method, which is electroconvulsive shock. Electroconvulsive shock is used to treat depression. So the idea is that you bring a strong current through the brain that induces an epileptic seizure in the brain.
I should also do a stream on. Oops. Stream about all the psychological devices used medically. I should do a stream about that. I feel like that'd be a pretty cool stream for people to watch.
Including all of the brain, and that helps to treat depression for some reason.
What? What?
That induces an epileptic seizure. Electroconvulsive shock is used to treat depression. So the idea is that you bring it down by means of a kind of harsh method, which is electroconvulsive shock. Electroconvulsive shock is used to treat depression. So the idea is that you bring a strong current through.
What? That's some fucking maniacal ass shit to use. The devices, okay, y'all gonna see why this is fucked up. I mean, it's not that fucked up, I guess, but it's pretty fucked up. It seems pretty medieval, but I guess it works since... Okay, so... The device in specific is called ESC. Electric shock therapy. Wait, no, it's ECS, which is electroconvulsive shock. Electroconvulsive shock is method used in therapy, which when electricity or is used to excite neurons. Many neurons main
私やっぱり瑛太先輩が好き
there are I don't think it really erases your memory. What it does basically, from my understanding, because for your memory to be consolidated, you need to repeat it constantly, right? And so through repetition, your synapses are formed and are strengthened, right? Because it is, oh my god, what is it called? Because your memory is consolidated, right? That is the term, right? It's encoded, sorry. No, but it is. It's encoded and consolidated into long-term memory, right? But what this does is because it literally gives you a mini seizure. Your working memory and short-term memory are disrupted. I'm gonna capitalize this one. Right? So, yeah, that does prevent it, but it doesn't really it's not, you can't really erase memories. At least not yet, thankfully. From what we know. Okay, example for simulated response learning.
To the brain that induces an epileptic seizure in the brain, including all of the brain, and that helps to treat depression for some reason, of which we are not really aware of, but it helps. But a side effect is that people that have, when you are in, and then if you, so if you do a Pavlovian conditioning experiment, so you train a dog to combine sound with food, but then if you immediately during training give the shock, or immediately after training, then the learning effect is gone. And that's obvious because you shock immediately during the training, then you clear that event immediately. If you train the animal, but then give the shock later, like 1 or 2 days later, then the shock has no effect anymore because then the memory has been consolidated in long-term memory. So then the animal will show salivation to the bell, and then it has learned still the association. But the interesting thing is that if you train the animal, and 1 day later you first present the condition stimulus, so you first present the bell, and at that moment, so then the memory comes up, the learning, if you at that moment give the shock, then actually you are able to clear it.
What? Never mind, everything I just said was fucking wrong. What? That's insane. What? That's insane. Erase conditioned response to a neutral stimulus. conditioned that ECS immediately condition once is negated. Forgotten. Event 2. Stimulus is conditioned, but the ECS is applied a day later. The condition response is not negated. Not forgotten. Event 3. Stimulus conditioned, and the next time that stimulus is the next time the stimulus is presented, the ECS is also used, leads to the severing That's insane. What? Oh my god. That's actually so fucked. So this sentry like deleted the fucking memory.
Trying to see stimulus, trying to perceive stimulus, trying to see things around you, then coupling something to that stimulus, and that something then is a response. A chemical mechanism. If you disrupt that chemical mechanism, then those AMPA receptors they will go away, and then the learning effect is gone. So you cannot remember the moment when they received the result. Okay, so that's interesting, and even now there are drugs that can erase all of your memories. And so, like I told you, learning long-term potentiation is adding AMPA receptors, and those AMPA receptors gone. Really clears.
Or easing a crippling fear of heights. Researchers in Brooklyn, New York, led by neuroscientist Dr. Todd Sachter, made a significant discovery about memory, which could be crucial to treating post-traumatic stress disorder, addiction, and could even help with memory loss.
People for thousands of years have wanted. I think now we have.
When they enter this triangle-shaped area of a small chamber, the rats learned quickly and remembered to steer clear of the shock area. But after their brains were injected with a simple molecule called ZIP, the rats forgot about the shocks and headed right back to the danger zone.
It is a memory eraser.
Research is in the very early.
Wiping a hard disk clean without damaging the hard disk, but we don't have yet the ability to wipe out specific memories.
All of this may sound like science fiction, and while it raises profound ethical questions for use on people, scientists still say it's a promising window on the brain. Kelly Wallace, CBS News, New York.
Get erased. People, for example, they have seen a lot. They have one last year. Get back.
Dang, we're done with that whole lecture. Oh my god. Wow. Not bad for one lecture. Let's go over it. So basic types of learning. Declarative learning, which is learning which you can talk about, discuss, and you typically physically put effort into it, such as relationship of time, concept and space, so episodic, semantic, and spatial learning and memory. And serial, then we have the serial memory model, which is how our senses turn into sensory memory, into working memory, into long-term memory, and long-term memory is encoded and then retrieved. We have the two slave system, Visio, Sketchpad, and phonological loop, and the central executive memory, which is used by which is how the working memory is kind of described, and it uses these two details or one detail, and whilst completing a task. What else? And then explicit, located. Yeah, all of our declarative learning occurs in the temporal lobes. Explicit memory, non-associative learning, procedural Pavlov. These are like the 3 P's. PPL. Okay, not bad. We did pretty good for that. Now we gotta do research methods. Oh boy. So we were studying lecture 3 slides. Right. Yeah. Constructs, analysis. Okay, group. These are something. Yo, let's go. Wait, that's actually so cool. I feel like such a smart fella now. Oh, but you can't move it with the arrow, because the arrow gets like fucked. I don't know, unless I grab onto the regression analysis. So to strengthen validity is for internal randomized control confounder. Placebo groups, ensure temporal precedence, use blinding. Blinding is very important. Okay. For external validity, use a representative sample, a realistic task setting, replicate across samples and contexts. statistical enough participants. Needs power, yeah. Use the correct test. Check effect sizes, outliers, assumptions. Don't rely only on p-values. Classify. Use validated measures. Define variables clearly. Use multiple measures of the same construct. Add manipulation checks. Right. What were we on? I'm familiar. I understand null correlation. Loki's so weird, bro. Ugh. Okay. Useful because very useful when for any outliers. Mean that it can be used. Ambush because effect. Dude, can a brother get a hug? Can a brother get a hug, twin? That's all I need in my life. I just need a hug. I feel like that's what most people need. I feel like a lot of people just need a hug, bro. They just don't have anyone to hug them. That Loki's so ass. I hate that. Why don't we hug? Why don't people hug more? Right? I mean, some people do. Don't get me wrong. But a lot of people don't. Like, what's up with that? Are you scared of intimacy? Hugging doesn't mean that you fall in love with someone. You're just showing that you care about them. Right, twins? And who does not want to be cared? I mean, some people don't. There's probably someone who doesn't want to be cared about. Is that healthy? Well, I don't know. For me, I don't think that's healthy. You know what we do need to actually, you know, we're not going to work on research methods right now, actually. What's more important for us to work on is big data. And by that, I mean that we need to work on our research proposal, or I need to work on my research proposal. All right. Let's go on to Canva. Holy moly. All right. Modules. Because if we just get a head start right now, it will help us so much more. Someone just freaking messaged me. Let me check who that is. Oh, people are actually liking what I sent in my thing. Okay, what did my friend just send me? My friend just sent me like, I think this is maybe Chinese or Korean thing, but it's just these two dudes dancing, and this one dude was like holding onto the other guy's hips. Okay, what did she say?
Oh my god, you Yowie!
Bro, get out of here, bro! I fucking hate this bitch, bro. Yeah. Oh my god, bro. All she talks about is this goddamn yaoi, bro. Yaoi this, yaoi that, bro. Oh my god, bro. Oh my god, bro. What is this girl on about, bro? Okay. Dang, this is a pretty good stream. For me, at least. Depression, diagnosed MD, self-report, symptoms, sentiment, attacks, questionnaire, score, anger, issues, train scale. First start with research question ideas. Alright. Let's go over some criteria. Let's have them centered, evenly spaced out. Dude, I love this tool, holy fuck. The research question is ambiguous, avoids vague terms. Okay. Ambiguous. Unambiguous. Straightforward. Avoids vague terms. Measure using data information. Dude, I love Hamilton, bro. You know, I never watched Hamilton until like a week or so ago, right? I listened to all their songs before, bro. Holy fuck. I love Hamilton. I love Hamilton. I love Hamilton, bro. Hamilton is so freaking goated. It is such a goated freaking musical, bro. Oh my god, bro. Fire musical play. I didn't really like the ending because it was kind of boring. I was also a sucker for AP US history, so that could be it as well. But holy buns, bro. Holy buns, bro. Shit was actually so peak. I have to answer on study. But, Alright, gang. Then I'll be ending the stream now. We studied for 3 hours, really? Oh my god. Got still 5 more minutes to go. What could we talk about? Let's look at my, yeah, I'm a yap now about my friggin' Pinterest and shit. My Pinterest is so freaking random. What the hell is this? Yeah. Yeah. This is such a fire image. What? Bro, I'm saving that. Oh my god. That's a fire image. Yo, why is my Pinterest actually like laughing right now? Dude, what? You know what I hate? I hate these fucking hamsters, bro. I hate these hamsters because they're just so freaking stupid. I hate how stupid. Like, hold up, bro. gonna send that to one of my friends and say me and you when. Wait. Yeah. What is this diabolical ass image, bro? Someone had to. I hope you guys realize someone had to think of that. And then draw that, bro. My Pinterest is low-key being kind of fire today. Or at least right now. Let's see. Holy fuck. I hate myself, bro. Tonight. Bro, how inspired are you doing this, bro? You gotta have some crazy ass, like, it looks so easy, but I know, like, you low-key I cannot do that. Ugh. Oh, my legs are just on the table now. Yeah, you cannot do that. Alright. Ugh. Good night. I mean, well, no, not good night. I'm gonna stream again tonight, later, in a bit. I gotta renew my passport so that I don't get fucked, guys. It was so nice seeing y'all. Bye-bye!